Lil Durk's path to success is filled with hardships, triumphs, and unforgettable moments. Hailing from the rough streets of Chicago, he's faced everything from legal battles to tragic losses. But he's never let that stop him. In this video, we explore how Durk's music, resilience, and realness have made him a major force in today's rap scene. Let's break down the life and legacy of Lil Durk. Childhood and origins. Lil Durk, real name Derek Banks, was born on October 19, 1992 in Chicago, Illinois. He grew up in Englewood, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the city, a place where shootings, gang violence, and poverty were a daily reality. Life was never easy. Durk often spoke about days when there wasn't enough food at home and when electricity and water were cut off. His father, Dante Banks Sr., was sentenced to life in prison for drug-related charges when Durk was just 7 months old, leaving his mother to raise him and his siblings alone. Without a stable home environment or a strong father figure, Durk was forced to become independent at a very young age. Early music career. He found himself drawn to the streets for survival, exposed to a harsh world where making it to adulthood already felt like a rare achievement. But even in the middle of chaos, Durk always carried a dream inside, a desire to find a way out and to create a better life, not just for himself, but for his entire family. In 2010, Durk started taking music seriously, seeing it as a real escape from the life he was living. He spent countless hours recording in makeshift studios and uploading songs to platforms like MySpace and YouTube, using whatever beats he could find online. His early music reflected the raw realities of Chicago's streets, honest, unfiltered, and full of pain. By 2011, he began to gain local traction with singles like Sneak Dissin' and I'm a Hitta, tracks that captured the attention of the drill music scene emerging in the city. Durk's sound was different, emotional yet aggressive, melodic yet street-oriented. That same year, he took a major step by founding OTF, short for Only the Family, not just a music group, but a brotherhood. OTF became both a label and a movement, representing loyalty, struggle, and survival, values that would define Durk's career moving forward. First breakthrough with L's Anthem. In 2012, Lil Durk released L's Anthem, a track that would become his first real viral hit. The song captured the raw emotion and harsh realities of life in Chicago, resonating with a new generation of listeners who saw themselves reflected in Durk's lyrics. It quickly spread across the internet and local radio, turning Durk from an underground name into one of the most promising voices in the city's growing drill scene. The buzz around L's Anthem eventually caught the attention of Def Jam Recordings, one of the biggest and most influential labels in the industry, leading to Durk signing his first major record deal. Not long after, he capitalized on the momentum by releasing the mixtape Life Ain't No Joke. The project was a gritty, honest snapshot of Durk's reality, and it surpassed 200,000 downloads. A huge milestone for an artist coming straight from the streets without major backing at the time. With this mixtape, Lil Durk firmly established himself as one of the new faces of Chicago's drill movement, ready to take his voice to a national audience. Legal issues and personal struggles. Despite his growing success, Durk remained closely tied to the streets he came from. The environment he was trying to escape kept pulling him back in. In 2011, he was arrested for unlawful use of a weapon, a reminder that fame couldn't shield him from the realities of his past. As the years went on, Durk faced multiple legal issues, including more arrests and constant surveillance from law enforcement. But the legal problems were only part of the struggle. Durk also experienced a series of devastating personal losses, losing close friends and collaborators, many of whom were killed by gun violence. The death of King Von, one of his closest allies and rising stars in OTF, hit him especially hard. These experiences left deep scars on Durk's life and reshaped his music, making it even more emotional, reflective, and raw. His pain became his message, and his survival became his story. Musical evolution. As time went on, Lil Durk evolved not just as a rapper, but as a true artist. Starting from 2015, his music began to show a new level of maturity and versatility. He was no longer just delivering hard street anthems. He started blending emotional melodies with gritty, real-life storytelling. His debut album, Remember My Name, in 2015 was a major step forward, showcasing his ability to translate his struggles and ambitions into more structured, impactful songs. Instead of relying solely on the raw energy of drill music, Durk experimented with more introspective and melodic sounds. This growth continued with Signed to the Streets 3 in 2018, a project that displayed a deeper, more polished version of Durk, both lyrically and musically. Through these albums, he proved he wasn't just a product of the Chicago drill scene. He was an artist capable of evolving, surviving, and setting new trends in hip-hop. Breakthrough with The Voice and 7220. 2020 marked a major turning point in Lil Durk's career. With the release of The Voice, he finally broke into mainstream recognition, reaching audiences far beyond Chicago. The project was deeply personal, filled with reflections on loss, loyalty, and survival, solidifying Durk's image as the voice of the streets, but also as a storyteller for an entire generation. In 2022, he raised the bar even higher with 7220, an album that debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. This project captured a more polished and reflective side of Durk, blending vulnerability with success stories, showing fans the evolution of someone who made it against all odds. Through these achievements, Lil Durk established himself as one of the biggest names in modern rap, earning collaborations with major artists like Drake, Lil Baby, and Future, and proving that his journey was just getting started. The 2024 legal case. In 2024, Lil Durk once again found himself in the middle of a media storm that would dominate headlines. He was arrested on charges of firearm possession and alleged involvement in criminal activities, following a federal raid on his property. The arrest came as a shock to many. The case quickly gained attention across social media and news outlets, partly because of his deep ties to OTF and the ongoing narrative of his street origins. Durk's fame meant that every move he made was closely watched, and his legal issues became another chapter in his complicated story. However, Durk has pleaded not guilty to all charges, and his legal team is working hard to prove that the accusations are unfounded. As of now, the case is still ongoing, and the outcome remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: Lil Durk's story is far from over, and his resilience in the face of adversity continues to shape his music and legacy. Despite the ongoing legal troubles, Lil Durk remains one of the most influential artists in rap today. His rise from the streets of Englewood to global stardom hasn't been without its challenges, but it's precisely those challenges that have defined his journey. Durk continues to run OTF, his label and collective, always looking to support and mentor young talents who remind him of his own early struggles. He's not just an artist, he's a leader, someone who gives back to the community that raised him. And despite the personal and legal battles, Durk keeps his focus on his music. He's constantly working on new projects and solidifying his place in the industry. Lil Durk's story is one of resilience, of surviving and thriving against the odds. Every setback, every obstacle he faced has shaped him into the icon he is today, and his influence in rap is undeniable.